Good morning, all. Good morning, all. As you can see, the funded run has begun, and yes, last time I left off, I had the Midgard sword on my person's back. But this, I went off, completed the Echoes of the Fallen DLC, so I have all the more expensive gear on me. So now we'll be officially starting the main campaign story. Because last we were here, we were doing the prologue. So we can finally see what's up with what. Let me explain more into politicalness. The goodness of the politicans in this world. Because it always is an interesting setting. Oops, wrong way.
All the old trails are gone. It'll be hell finding a way out.
Do you think a retreating army and their dominant will fare any better?
By the flames.
Look at all the damage Shiva did. I mean, it's bad enough that we saw Titan in the last episode. Look what Shiva can do. That's why I compared him to basically a nuke.
Did you hear that?
Down there. So, Titan has knocked the fight out of our Ironblood friends. Where are the rest of them? That can't be the main host.
Wait. Our fortunes have turned, Sergeant. It's her.
The dominant? Are you certain?
The Crystalline Orthodox is a backwards faith for a backwards people. In the Iron Kingdom, they teach that dominants are unclean aberrations, born of blackest sin. Only their
Cultists.
priests are allowed to perform the rites of priming. And I see many.
We end this quickly.
Can you defend against the might of the Omega weapon? This is fairly messed up what they have to do to make her prime. It's also worth noting Clive might be the oldest Final Fantasy protagonist we've ever had. By the end of the game, he is 33. Up till Final Fantasy, we've had the oldest, I believe, was Cloud. Ooh, she uses a raptor.
Avis! Care to kill some Ironblood?
Gladly.
Wyvern, you focus on the target.
Understood. Orders, Sergeant!
not have their blood on my hands.
An opening! It's over.
Lost.
Now, I want you to know it's been 13 years since she's seen this person. 13 years. What is that? Oh, that's getting used in crafting.
Is she dead?
I don't think so.
Well? What are you waiting for?
No, that's not you. Not here.
I don't think he knew she was a dominant.
Bloody do it then.
That political fact was probably kept from him.
Fuck.
But, yeah, 13 years a slave, and you run into the girl who is practically a slave.
Company, Wyvern.
Or more of a political weapon.
What the hell are you doing?
Get your ass over here and help me with these bastards!
I'm sorry, Jill.
I suppose that you could recognize somebody if they had certain traits.
What is wrong with you, Wyvern?
Dominant. I know her.
Now that that's done, I won't ask you again, Wyvern. Take her head so we can be done with this.
I can't. I won't.
You would betray the Holy Empire?
He's
Try.
technically...
I don't recall ever pledging allegiance to your Emperor. My service may have been bought with this brand, but not my loyalty. I just fight to survive.
And you think I don't? The Empire will have our heads if we return.
Oh wow, his name's Tiamat.
So if you won't take hers, I'll have to take yours.
I told you, Sergeant. I'm not dying here today. And neither is she.
Let's find out.
So his name's Tiamat, which is another dragon, and he's called Wyvern. Interesting code names for each of them.
Wyvern? Have you forgotten who plucked you from the front lines? Who trained you? Who gave you a name when you had none?
You speak as if we don't bear the same brand, Sergeant. I've always had a name, and I've not forgotten it.
Still clinging to the past like a torn blanket. Then you will die, as you should have 13 years ago.
No, I could crush Tiamat really easy. I just want you to hear the dialogue between these two just to get the idea of what Clive's kind of been through.
My man! For nothing! No one! And I will not fall by your hand!
At the hands of the Holy Empire.
Traitor's blade.
Now, having killed your commanding officer, that is treason. You got lucky with this. This was just sheer luck, I believe, that this character is passing by, which is one of my favorites.
This way.
Sid!
Wind. Well, come on then.
And it's Torgal!
Fuck.
So he's gotta be ancient for a dog and dog years.
Hugo, dear, my proud desert lion. Would that you had taken care when chasing the hare. I expected more from the mighty Titan.
Just like to point out what they use magic for, how mundane stuff.
The Ice Queen on her back. No doubt. But you'll have to work harder if you're to claim this prize.
My lady, the thunder.
We'll be hearing more soon enough. You always were fucking snakes, Sid. Gather the men. We have work to do.
She just let Sid get away, just for key details. Because the guy's like, the thunder, and she's like, you always were a snake, and she just walks away, she's like, we have work to do. In other words, she just let Sid get away. She could easily have pursued him with her leaps. But she's like, I'm gonna let you get away for a little bit.
Is it really you?
Because she's probably like, there has to be a reason for him to enter the battlefield. And show himself like this.
And who's this fine hound I see before me?
A fine hound who saved your life. That's who.
Torgal.
Hey?
His name is Torgal.
You two acquainted? Well then, you won't mind taking him off my hands. Funny. I'd always pictured you as more the chocobo type. Clive Rosfield. Come now. Fleet as flame, fierce as a wildfire. That there was the blessing of the Phoenix. I'd heard rumors that you'd survived, but I never paid them much heed. Calm down. I didn't come all this way for your handsome mug. Now her, on the other hand, she seemed worth muddying my boots for. worse for wear. Still, might be best to get a second opinion. Back her up.
Not another step. I mean it.
Well, I'm not about to leave her here. Not one with a warm bed waiting. It's all right. You're welcome to join us. You do want to help her, don't you?
Sid, if we aren't back soon, Nan'll have our heads.
I'll explain everything once we're back at the hideaway. Come on.
It's an interesting area where Sid's got his hideaway, though.
Not much further now.
But we're in the middle of the Deadlands.
Keen eye, you. The blight sucked this place dry. Meaning no trees, no birds, and no magic. But it also means no neighbors.
The last place anyone would think to look.
Yep. Who wants to go to an area that's basically a little place loaded with sickness?
Home sweet home.
Inside one of those old ruins that somehow don't get affected by this stuff. They've maintained their hideaway.
This place. These are fallen ruins.
Well, we didn't think they'd mind. And it keeps the black from our lungs.
But how do you survive without magic?
How does anyone? Hard work and a bit of nous. You must be starving. We grow them here, believe it or not. Suit yourself.
Hello, Shadow.
You're back.
Ah, Talia.
And this is the Dominant.
Out cold since we found her. I was hoping you might give her a look over.
All right. Goots, get her upstairs.
But Nan will...
Don't fret about Karen. I've taken care of her fee.
All of it?
She's the best healer this side of the belt. You've nothing to worry about. Go on, have a look around. I'll be in my solar.
I heard.
You reckon he's a soldier then?
Be surprised if he wasn't. The smell of war is thick about him.
I like the limbo effect. This clearly feels like a living, breathing world. The hideaway does. Every time you go through these things, the NPCs have different dialogue. I don't know if you ever noticed that. Oh, yes.
Just working on a pet project of mine. Though she's not above biting the hand that feeds her. All right. I was hoping we might try and solve the mystery of poor Clive Rossfield. A bearer of the Sambrequois Imperial Army sent behind enemy lines. With orders to wait until it turned into a brawl, then slit the Dominant's throat in the chaos.
I didn't know it was her. How could it be?
And so, to save her neck, you slit your sergeants, then set your sights on the hills. Conveniently forgetting how the Empire deals with deserters. Because with that on your chop, my friend, we both know you won't be getting far. You've fallen a long way, Lord Rossfield. I'll not have it said that I'm a poor host.
What do you mean to do with her?
It's also worth noting Clive doesn't drink much except only with friends.
Nothing. Her life is her own now. If I wanted to use her, do you think I'd be talking to you? All I want to do is help. Dominants like her, branded like you. Of course, the realm doesn't approve, which is why we live in a cave. And it's also why we need help. From branded who know one end of a sword from the other. What say you, Clive? Will you join us?
Sid, was it? I trust that you'll do right by Jill. But until my brother is avenged, I must walk my own path.
Avenged?
My brother was murdered by a second Dominant of Fire.
Phoenix's evil twin. Oh, bugger me. Another rumor proven true.
I only stand here today because of Joshua. 13 years I've waited for this chance. I've slept in filth, drunk from a gutter, killed more men than I can count. You're right. The Empire will not suffer a deserter. This will be my best opportunity. My last.
Which is why you should join us.
I told you I'm not
interested, I know. One of my scouts sent word there's a group of branded fugitives north of here, in the Imperial village of Lostwing. Among them is one he believes to be a Dominant of Fire.
Is he certain?
What say we go and ask him?
This doesn't mean I'm joining you.
Let's make ready then. You'll find everything you need down in the main hall, as well as a few things you don't. Have fun.
Also, one thing I have to do in this playthrough is all the side quests to explain certain lores. That entire thing was a carrot and a stick situation. Sid dangled the carrot for Clyde to stay, and Clyde accepted it.
Perhaps you can help.
He's like, "Look, I have information on the Dominant. If you stay, I'll give it to you."
Well, yeah. There's old Nan's place. On second thoughts, you maybe want to see Blackthorn first.
A blacksmith. To the forge it is then.
Oh wait, no, hold up. You'll be needing this. Blackthorn won't take no notice of you otherwise. Might not anyway.
Blackthorn?
What if I am? I've no time for idle chatter.
I'm not here to talk. I'll be accompanying
This is an interesting hideaway setup. He has a blacksmith. He has an item seller. He has food he's growing here.
I'm not lifting a finger for you.
Is that
And a couple other auxiliary stuff. So that's got the perfect hideaway for hiding away fugitives and branded.
I can take it back.
Damn you, Goots. Alright. No need to be hasty. Let's have a look at you. I doubt that lot could stay a Moogle's fart. Bloody Imperials. They'd rather see their bearers dead than kitted out properly. I'll do what I can.
Because a bearer is an expendable asset to the Empire.
And the belt? You want any?
I'll bear that in mind. I suppose I should thank Goots.
Well, what do you want?
Oh, crud.
And?
The gift worked. You have my thanks.
Come on, nearly there.
You, blankets, quick as you like. All right, we make them comfortable while the bed's made up. Well, you're just gonna stand there? Someone fetch some water.
I'll get the bucket. You go and see if Otto needs out, eh?
Wait, me?
Yeah, you.
What the hell have I got myself into? Who are they?
Huh? They're freed Imperial bearers. Who the hell are you? Shit, at this rate, he won't make it through the night. Think you can find your way up them stairs to the infirmary? We need Tyre. Well, go on. Shift your ass.
Was Ty the one looking after Jill?
I can't think of who said it best during the, whatchamacallit, is they
Your friend
thing.
needs her
I could have
rest.
freed so many more
There'll be
slaves
time
if they
for
only
her
knew they
to
were
have
slaves.
companions when she's recovered.
I'm not here for Jill. You're wanted
Just
downstairs.
remember that quote,
There are
because
injured
there's a
bearers
scene
who need
later on
attention.
that will definitely
Why
embody that
didn't you
very
say
quote.
so?
I did say so.
He's going to be all right. But I'll need to examine them both in the infirmary. My work's just begun.
Another fine day at the hideaway.
Do many of the bearers who come here arrive in this state?
It's no easy thing, casting off your chains. By the time most pluck up the courage, they're already too far gone. These two here are the lucky ones. The name's Otto. You need anything? You ask me.
Well, Otto, I do need some supplies.
Do you now? Then Lady Karen over there will be more than happy to help you.
Right.
Oh.
Not likely. I won't be staying.
Is that right? Well, for as long as you are here, consider yourself welcome. You helped us today, and we won't forget it.
Side quest unlocked. The one thing I'm going to be working on.
Do you think we should go and help?
Don't.
It sounds...
Ah, a new face. The fat chocobo is a... For your trouble, I can offer you the contents of my strong... Marvelous. And who exactly do I...
Clive.
Delighted to make your acquaintance, Clive. I'm Kenneth, and mine are the weary shoulders upon which the weight of this fine establishment rests. Now, I have 3 hungry customers awaiting their victual.
Oh, meal. How long has it been?
That is a thick book.
There's so much more to farming than just seeds and soil.
Your food.
Just a moment. I need to finish this. I won't be a burden. I'm of no use to anyone as I am, but maybe if I can master this.
All right, but see that you eat it before it gets cold.
Of course. Thank you. New dung had so many uses.
Hey, Keith.
Your food.
I was hoping it might be. Well, doesn't this look fine? Thank you, lad. You're new, aren't you? Kenneth's running you ragged already, I expect, the old rascal.
Well, he did say he'd give me something for my trouble.
And so he should. We're not slaves anymore. Well met, lad, and keep up the good work.
Ooh, the implications of that.
You'd think he'd have time for a nip with old August before scampering back to his solar, but no.
Lonely, are we, August?
Good for you, Keith. I hope you're having fun.
Oh, my thanks. I hope you do not think me lazy for waiting to be served like a lord. Only my former master did not use me kindly, you see. He left me half lame, truth be told. But Sid took me in nonetheless. Well, the hideaway is the home I never knew, and a mighty fine one at that.
That's the last one. I'd better let Kenneth know.
All done, I presume.
They were bearers. All 3 of them. Not slaves waiting upon their master's pleasure, but men waiting to be fed like equals.
Indeed. Equality is the very cornerstone upon which our little community is founded. Beyond these walls, we are scorned as slaves. Speaking only when spoken to, eating only what scraps our masters deign to give us. The first hot meal here is the first many will have known. In the hideaway, we are free. Truly free to speak as we please, when we please, and to eat what and when we desire. More than reason enough to trust in Sid's vision, wouldn't you say? Now, I promised you something for your trouble, did I not? Thank you, Clive. I heard they escaped their masters in the Imperial capital. By the look of those bruises.
See, their dialogue changes. They're already talking about the people that came in. Look at this. It's got fruit trees growing here.
Damn it. We'll be needing more.
Ah, you there. Perfect timing.
I'd be happy.
Oh, thank you. Takes a lot of work.
It certainly looks like you...
Ah, you can say that again. The Fallen knew their craft, make no mistake, but not even their handiwork lasts forever. That's why the walls need shoring up. Can't have the vegetable patch crushed before our first harvest now, can we?
No, I suppose not.
Ask over at the White Ads. Thanks again.
He's the man working over my...
Ah, that'll be Geoffrey, Master Carpenter. Luck would have it, we've just finished cutting the timber he's after. You take as much as you need from the stack.
Thank you.
No, not at all.
Here we are. I better get this to... Geoffrey, was it?
It's interesting how much work they're putting into this semi-United States utopia.
Hope fetching that wood wasn't too much trouble.
Will this be enough?
This will do nicely, thank you. With a bit of luck, the wall...
That sounds ominous.
Oh, it's not as bad as all that. And it's a damn sight better than the alternative. We're safe, we're warm, and we're hidden. Now stop fretting and take the...
There's no need.
That's not a matter of need, my friend. You're one of us now.
I need supplies for my journey to Lost.
What's that? Does the newcomer think it proper to make demands of a poor old matron before even introducing himself?
It's Clive.
Well, Clive, I hear that dog is yours. Since he followed Sid home one night, I've seen to it that his chin's rubbed and his belly fed. Though I suppose that's your job now. Unless you lose him again.
I won't. Not again. Thank you for watching him.
So, were you gonna buy something? What? You didn't... Life doesn't work that way, lad. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Robin, you blind? I just paid half my money for that last recording.
That's all.
Why, you've barely a guiltier name. You're taking his side now. And after all I've done for you. All right. All right, I can make an exception. But just this once, mind. My stores are getting cluttered and I need to make room for the next shipment.
Thank you.
Thank me? Thank your dog.
Oh, she just loves Torgal.
Hold on.
Leaving already, are ya?
It's you I'll miss the most, Lady Karen. It always is.
Don't stop you going, does it?
This should be fun.
Right.
There's a good girl. Hungry, are you?
No side quests, which is good.
Bastard blood flies everywhere.
I told you we should have taken the Crystal Road.
And I told you we're outlaws. Well, you want every bounty hunter in Storm harrying us from here to the Holy Capital? Besides, what's wrong with a shortcut through nature's splendor? You know.
The Deadlands claim more of the realm each day. That a place like this still exists is a miracle in itself. Bloodflies and all.
We'll be back in Imperial land soon. You alright?
Never better.
Sounds like it. That there is a fine hound. Soon took to hunting. Fearless as you like.
It's good to have you back, Torgal.
Now, we don't want to be caught in the forest after nightfall.
I suppose not.
Did I mention there'd be deadly beasts? There'll be deadly beasts. Nothing a trained assassin can't handle, though.
How reassuring.
You're welcome. For that and the shortcut. Maybe they're friendly like Torgal. Or maybe they're not. We still have a way to go.
There's always a bigger fish.
What in good Grieger's name is he doing this far south?
Looking for food. No more wolves where he's from. The north was one of the first parts of Storm to fall to the Blight.
Poor sod. I'd invite him over for a cup of tea if I didn't think he'd eat the dog.
Let's try and stay out of its path.
Remember when I said there'd be deadly beasts? Well, the shrubs in these parts aren't much better.
And you only think to mention this now.
Well, that's the undergrowth sorted. I'll take it from here.
After you.
Thank you kindly.
The ruins. They're everywhere, aren't they?
Some say there was a time they blocked out the stars. Down was the only way left for them to go. There's probably a lesson to be learned from that. But it can wait. Come on. Mind your head.
A wyvern.
Must be a nest nearby. Keep your eyes open. Well, it appears we won't be going this way. I'll admit I hadn't counted on that.
Did I mention I love Sid in this game?
What is it, boy?
Let's go find.
At least one of us knows these woods. Thank you, Torgal.
Well, they look not too happy. And for once, it's not my fault. This is stupid. I like wolves.
I don't think they care, Sid.
We did what had to be done.
Doesn't mean I have to like it.
No. No, it doesn't.
If I go quiet for a while, it's because I don't have a lot to say on certain scenes, because they just basically speak for themselves.
sword sharp?
You'd better hope so.
This shouldn't take too long.
So much for your shortcuts.
Still short, just not quite as quick. But it'll be a damn sight quicker if you help.
My thoughts exactly.
Stand back!
You're dominant.
I am. Aye. Well, not by choice, mind. Whole bloody realm of strapping young lads. And it was this sorry sack of bones Ramu saw fit to home.
Sid. You say you want to help dominants and bearers. But what's in it for you?
What's in it for me? The same as for all of us. What we want and deserve. Save for our knack, dominants and bearers are no different from anyone else. The ability to use magic or summon great beasts should command respect, but instead has left us outcasts. Our kind are used and discarded like tools, yet we are men, so why must we die as less?
I see. So what you're saying is you want to start a war.
You flatter me, lad. But my days as a firebrand are long behind me. No, I only wish to offer our kind a choice. A place where we can die on our own terms. Huh?
It's interesting. Sid's view of freedom is he wants to offer them a place where they can die on their own terms. Clive kind of changes that outlook.
When you find this dominant to fight.
What do you think? I'll show him the mercy he showed my brother. And cut out the tongue of any man who tries to talk me out of it.
All right. Forest dark enough as it is. See that river? We follow her upstream and we'll be in Lost Wing in no time.
In no time. Right.
This might take a while.
It won't take a while, it'll take like less than 2 minutes. I'm gonna get asked, why didn't you put it on the harder difficulty? Dude, I am going to be doing 100% completionist, well, like, a side quest completionist run, and that is insane if you try to put it on that difficulty.
Scout.
Someone's far from home.
Let's follow him.
And?
They're just down that way. All of them. Grieger's my witness.
Excellent. We move.
I don't understand. Have I not proven loyal?
It is true my liege values loyalty above all else. But were you not quick to betray your countrymen for the promise of coin?
That woman.
Benedicta Harmon, commander of Waloed's elite intelligences. If we can capture her...
You! Weapons on the ground, Imperials!
Let's get this over with then. Well, at least they're not giant lizards.
But I'll leave you on the wind!
Behind you!
Not this time.
They thought we were Imperials.
Well, you do look the part.
Well, there's Clive needs to get out of those clothes.
Shield of Rosaria. And one blessed by the Phoenix at that. Speaking of which, I wonder, does the other icon of fire give blessings, do you think?
You don't believe me?
And lo, the Creator did make of the elements 8 icons to serve as keepers of the one law. Not that I've ever set too much store by holy doctrine, but on that point, it's clear. Fire has always had just the one warden, as of all the rest. A new one can't be born until the previous dies, and even that can take years. The thing is, you don't strike me as a liar. Which leaves but one person who might be able to shed some light on the matter. And they're in Lost Swing. As are our Waluda friends, I would imagine. We should hurry before it gets dark.
But what if someone discovers the bodies?
Well, then they'll be sorely disappointed. So much for arriving before sunset.
Oh, I didn't realize we were this close. Any idea what that is they built the village around?
The Fallen Ruin. I've heard some call it an airship. Though its flying days seem to be behind it. It's a shame, that.
You truly think a dominant's waiting for us in that village?
My scout has never given me any reason to doubt him. Which is why I think we should hurry. Come on.
Figures up ahead.
Are they friends or foes?
Oh, they're royal officers.
Not another step.
More Waludas. But why? What is it they want?
You're welcome to ask the next ones we meet. Let me know how it goes.
No sign of the royalists.
Or anyone else for that matter. It's too bloody quiet. Even for this hour.
What do we do now?
First we look for my scouts. You start here, I'll circle round the back.
How do I let you know if I find him?
Good question. Shout.
Subtle.
I don't even know what he looks like. The village can't be completely abandoned, can it? That sounds like a child. It's all right. I'm not one of them. My friend and I, we're with the Imperial Army. And we've come to help. Do you know where your parents are?
In the church.
Then I'm going to find them and make sure they're safe. Can you stay hidden here? Till then. To the church, then.
To what religion do they pray? The best bro character in the game, Gav.
This man's gonna die if we don't get into a healer.
Enough of your barking, dog!
About time.
Stand back.
Who the hell are you?
Clive!
Thought you weren't coming.
You still alive, Gal?
Barely. Been doing what I can for the villagers, but...
I thought you were joking.
It's all right. He's with me. Is this everyone?
No, there were others. A pair of royalists came for the bearers just before you arrived.
Was a dominant among them?
Maybe. It's not like he was holding a sign.
I'll give you one guess where he's going. Clive, after him.
Get back here! I will chase you to the ends of the earth!
Any word from the scouts?
Not yet, my lady, but we have the Dominant's companion. It's only a matter of time before we seize our quarry.
Very good. And what of the others?
The bearers have been taken to Caer Norvent.
Some may still be worth keeping should the Dominant elude us.
All is in hand, my lady. They will not be spoiled. I give you my word.
Gentlemen, a toast!
Will you join me? My thanks.
To Our Lady of the Wind. And the King!
Ugh. The Imperials drink this piss?
Well, it would go some way to explain their breath.
Look, we can't afford the fancy L.
And instead of killing them, you lead the rats straight to us.
Mercy.
Look what we have here, boys. An Imperial bearer. Good. I was getting bored.
What is that thing? This means what I think it does.
Okay, that was a bit of a joke. But then again, I'm using ludicrously broken characters.
You've got some fight in you, even for a branded.
Clive!
Look who's here to save the day. Is this how you recruit all of your charges?
Don't recall you complaining, Benedicta.
So, Sidolphus, remind me, why was it that you betrayed your kingdom? I asked you a question, Lord Commander.
Why? Because I'd had enough of you and your king's antics.
And yet here you are, stealing my branded. What are you plotting?
As if I'd tell you.
Lady Benedicta, we have secured the dominant.
Always something, isn't there?
And she's gone. Did she say where she was going?
No.
Then we head back to Lost Wing. One of the villagers may have heard something.
But we can't just...
Which is why I sent Gav. The man has a nose for these things. Trust me.
Literally or not literally? A nose.
So, it wasn't about bearers at all. They were looking for a dominant.
Yeah, that's right. I thought we were hiding the bastard. Like any of us would keep a monster like that under our roof. Oh, no offence.
When no one talked, they started rounding up everyone with a brand. And then everyone without one and all.
And locked you in the cellar, hoping sooner or later someone would break. You know, things might have been different if you'd accepted my invitation.
Oh, don't remind us. We were all saying the same thing.
Yeah, this is our home, innit? Don't mean we won't out when we can, though.
And that, I'll drink to.
Which this whole place has an amazing story arc.
Whose tamed ones 1,000 and slain the tenfold. 100 full legions the young dragoon led, and watched as 1,000,000 foes turned tail and fled. His lance levels mountains, it spanned as the deep. The skies over storm breaks for
Listen, Clive. Revenge won't bring him back. It won't.
13 years ago, I watched a dominant kill my brother right in front of me. And I did nothing. But now I can. I can kill the son of a bitch. And bring peace to my brother's soul. After that, whatever happens, happens.
Fate. You're content to be its slave, then?
Free will, fate, and destiny are all things brought up very heavily in this game. Especially the concept of free will.
His radiance would have us believe the Imperial host invincible. Yet here we find the Empire's cornerstone teetering on the backs of a handful of cowards and cutthroats.
Well, that's basically what Sid wants to start as a bit of a revolution.
Could it be that the young prince defends a house of cards ready to topple at the slightest breeze? Tell me something. Why do you not resist? Within you lies the power to slay gods. The phoenix perished in your flames. Yet you do not fight. You do not flee. You refuse your gift. Perhaps you're distracted. My offer still stands. Join us and you will be treated with the respect one of our kind deserves.
Lord Margrace, don't!
I'll give you a moment to consider your options. Do be gentle with them.
It's worth noting he could probably break those chains at any time. All you gotta do is prime.
Clive.
How do you sleep sitting up?
Gav's back.
One of the Empire's outlying strongholds, though apparently not strong enough to keep out the Royalists. The captured bearers are inside. I'm sure of it.
If Benedict is
I know.
to stay in the shadows,
A Dominant could easily, if he's one of fire, melt the chains and be done.
Including the Dominant.
So, we find a way into the fortress and conjure a bit of chaos.
What about me?
Excellent question, Gav. You will wait outside the care and guide those I free to safety.
And miss all the fun. Why can't he do that?
Clive doesn't have your nose. He'd stumble off a cliff before he even found the men. Come on, Gav. You're the best man for the job.
Well, when you put it that way.
Suppose I'd better scout ahead for any surprises. Don't you let him down.
I won't.
Think of this. Everyone would learn to love Gav. Gav's like the best bro character in the game.
Shall we? Not so fast. We wait until tomorrow.
But he's right there.
And if we leave now, we'll arrive just as the sun comes up. Maybe join the guards in breaking their fast. Come on, Clive. They only just took the place. They'll be there a while yet. We've got one chance at this. You don't want to waste it, do you?
Listen to the wisdom of Ramos.
Now that's settled. There's someone I want you to meet.
At this hour?
He's the owner of the tavern, and our best hope of getting a decent night's kit.
What can I interest you in today? always welcome here in Lostwing.
Quentin, my good man. It seems we'll be spending the night.
I thought as much. Where do you find that one?
What, him? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Quentin here is an old friend, one who is sympathetic to our cause.
Sympathetic. And he knows about your little sanctuary. I would never have guessed so many people were bent on setting us free. When last I checked, the mere thought would earn you a trip to the gallows.
I am well aware of the risks, as I am of the rewards.
And what could be more rewarding than your very own dominant of fire?
A dominant? Here? Now that I would like to see.
Meaning you haven't?
No, but nothing passes unnoticed in Lostwing. Take your brand, for example. People will see that at once. And I need hardly tell you how they will greet the inquiries of a bearer. You are afraid your words will fall on deaf ears, as they have ever since the moment you were marked.
Those marks, believe it or not, the reason they can't get them removed is they're loaded with waiver poison.
I can provide a
It takes a special procedure to get it removed, but even then you kind of get like a scar like Taj has. But later on you will see Clive had that removed, but to do it you have to have a very specialized surgeon to do it.
Power to loosen tongues. May the mother's gut.
So in other words, anybody who's ever tried to take a knife to remove that thing usually dies because it's poisoned.
It's his word that's law.
But how?
You don't need to worry about that just yet. Trust me. Everyone in Lostwing knows what that seal means, and what it means if they don't take note. Now we can sit here counting our blessings, or put them to good use and find that dominance. Your choice.
Side quest, everyone!
Let's see if this thing really works.
Are there side quests available? Not yet. Damn.
That a hanged man, I see. It was a good thing you done today, getting rid of those bastards. If you hadn't come when you did...
I'm kind of running the funded run solo, Kage, Shadow. But I might do a podcast in a few minutes. If there's something, if there's a hot buzz topic that needs to be talked about, I can do a small podcast.
A thin bloke all swallowed up in his robes like one of Great Grieger's churchmen.
Like about what happened last night.
Anything else about him?
Only that you weren't alone. Was a young maid who went wherever he did, including the church, and wherever the royalists dragged them both off to before you got here.
I see. Thank you.
Well, do you have time for one? To explain what the heck happened and all sorts of stuff? I mean, I could address plenty of the stuff of last night in a small little podcast to break this up for a little bit. And then I'll come back to this later on today.
Master Quinton took a liking. There I was, thinking, wonder what Gav will have to say about this. If you see him, tell him thanks.
I'm searching for a dominant of fire.
We see a lot bearers around these parts. But I do seem to recall one who commanded the flame. Now, whether or not that makes him a dominant...
Did you get a look at him?
Didn't have a chance. One of the other bearers might have, though.
Thank you. I wonder if Sid's found anything.
So if you're there, Shadow or Kage, whichever one, let me know, so I can plan it out and get it set up.
Tell me that scowl means you've got good news. So, a shady lad with a hood, and his equally shady lass. Not much to go on, but... I've been thinking, if our friend is a dominant, why not just burn the Royalists to a crisp? There's a reason he's holding back, and I reckon it has something to do with his partner.
Right on the nose, Sid.
One of the villagers I talked to said the two were separated. If the Waluders have her, our dominants like to think twice before starting any fires. Whoever he is, he's shown himself to have a level head. He's careful, cunning, and he doesn't want to be found. This could spell trouble. For us and the Royalists both. Still, it'll be a whole lot worse if we set off after them with bleary eyes and empty bellies. There should be a pair of pallets waiting for us back at the inn. Shall we? Now.
Beds?
Better than a wet room. My thanks, Quentin.
No need for thanks, Sid. This isn't an act of...
You don't say.
In exchange for my floor, the Royalists saw fit to erect a barricade across the road south. I expected to be gone.
As you were. Well, that took longer than expected. First time dismantling the barricade? It gets easier, don't worry.
I won't.
If we leave now, we'll arrive at the care when the shadows are at their deepest. Unless you'd rather wait.
No more waiting.
The road south, then?
Unless...
I know of another shortcut. You should be so lucky.
So, Kage, are you there? If you are, let me know so I can start it. I'm at a save point.
Come back to me, my darling. I can't bear another night without you.
If the Royalists were looking to take the care, they'd have posted sentries to prevent any unwelcome surprises. At least I would have.
Well, you should know.
Pause for a second, check something out real quick.
See, told you.
What are the Royalists thinking? Why take a stronghold they've no chance of holding?
When they've no intention of holding it. The king is up to something.
The king?
Well, you don't think they're acting on a whim, do you? This is one of His Majesty's cunning stunts, and he sent his best to execute it. I'll tell your lady you try. Okay, Normans. Hard nut to crack even when it isn't crawling with royalists.
I don't care who else is in there.
Alright, everyone, let me save this. Alright, everyone. We're gonna come back to this later today because, let's just say, apparently a lot of stuff went down last night and some people want to talk about it. So, I'll come back for part 3 later today. It'll be a little bit longer one, so don't worry. I'll see you all later on that run. More of this later. Because boy do I have lore to explain.